All right, attempt number 2 to the correct address this time, hopefully. So, we're headed down to City Hall because this is where code enforcement is. Not like their website says. Yep. Now, as you can see here, there's administration, city clerk, communications, IT department, and utility billing. But it doesn't say shit about there being code enforcement in this building. Hello, I need to. Where do I go to do a FOIA request?
I'm sorry, what kind of request?
A FOIA request?
A FOIA?
FOIA.
I'm
Basically,
sorry.
a public information request
Okay.
for a complaint on my address and my neighborhood.
Okay, like open records,
I'm sorry?
like open records?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here's the information on that, sir. This is the website here,
Okay, y'all should have a paper copy I can fill out.
and there's a contact person here. I'm not familiar with a paper copy for you to
Because, I
fill
mean,
out.
if I don't have access to the internet, then how would I do it then?
You can do it at the library. They have computers there
Okay.
for you. But there's a note here about the Public Informations Act. So this is the contact information. Devetta Edwards is the deputy city clerk.
And I was
this
just
is
over
her-
at that building.
Her contact information. You can send her an email if you'd like, even call her, or if you want to send it out mail it in. There's a fax number here as well. And this is the website to where you go. And this is the steps to submit the request.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. And may I get your name?
My name is Cynthia.
Cynthia, thank
Yes,
you.
You're welcome, sir.
And now I need to speak with a code enforcement officer.
Okay. and
I'd
what-
actually like to speak to the director,
Okay. And what is your name, sir?
Dennis Durkin.
Okay. I'll let them know right now. Give me just a moment.
And I spoke with Mr. Johns, and he was going to let them know I was coming.
Okay.
Sounded the alarm, huh?
I'm sorry?
You sounded the alarm, huh?
Oh, yeah, they pushed my buttons. Threatening to fine me $2,000 a day because of my business name was tagged to my house on Google Maps. So
That's in a lot of places. A lot of people's houses get
My-
tagged that way.
in my subdivision alone, there's over 20 houses. I'm the only one that got a complaint and a 2-page letter threatening me with a $2,000 a day fine if I don't remove it.
Just remember what my mother always says, you can catch more flies with honey than you can with vinegar.
Yeah, I've already been that route. Now, it's time to go the other route.
Okay, Margie Lopez is the manager.
Okay.
And I notified her, so she'll be down shortly.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna need it. Cynthia,
Yes.
I was gonna ask you, how long has code enforcement been in this building?
You know, it seems like a little over a year now.
And they haven't
actually
taken the
moved-
time to update their website? Because their website points them at over off of Baghdad.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I was out
Oh,
on medical leave
no,
for
no,
about
no,
9
I'm
months. so
not blaming
just-
you.
I'm not even sure. So,
No, I'll figure I'll take it up with him, but I wanted to find out how long they had been moved over here.
okay, I do not know, but I'm sure she'll be
That's
able to
quite all
answer.
right. Thank you so much.
So,
So I have to do this to fill out a FOIA request. They don't have paper copies. Hello.
Mr. Durden?
Yes, ma'am. I am recording this just so that I've got a public record of it. I received a letter from...
Okay, why don't we take another area? Hold on just a second. Cynthia, can I step into the chamber? Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. The light is on the
Yeah,
left.
she can say she said it was on the left, but that's a
This
really
is-
weird light switch.
Uh-huh.
Well, that'll give us part of the lights.
No.
And there's more. Okay, cool.
Try this one. Well, I'm trying to, I wonder if it's one of those things that.
Oh, slowly has to warm up.
Right, right.
Yeah, some of the older
Because-
lights, the lights have to do that.
And I'm sorry, you want to record this?
Yes, ma'am. I am recording this right now.
You are recording.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
A couple of things.
Well, let me get somebody else to come out here, okay?
Okay.
That way, I don't know, I've never been in a setting,
It's becoming more and more frequent that our public officials are being recorded because we have the right to do so. And we want to make sure that
Yep.
everything is said and recorded.
that's fine, just have a seat right here, it's okay.
Okay.
And let me get a hold of somebody, please.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. I'll be right back.
Oh, interesting. Okay. We have outlets right down on the bar. She's obviously getting someone else because she's scared. She's scared of being recorded. She was okay until I said I was recording. Now all of a sudden she wants to not be recorded, so she's getting somebody else. Yep, there she is calling out to see if she can get someone else to come out here because I'm scared. He's gonna record me. Shit, wouldn't be surprised if she's calling the police too. Fuck you. Apparently, Round Rock officials don't like being recorded. We'll soon see who comes down. I have a feeling it's going to be an armed man. Because, you know, in case I get out of hand, I got a camera. I'm dangerous. Scary. Well, I am kind of scary looking, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. But I'm wondering how long I'll have to wait. But this is the City of Round Rock, Texas City Council chambers, where they can have guest speakers on topics that they're discussing, which I will be in attendance next Wednesday because that is the one that has to do with residential zoning. But here's the council chambers. You know, Manuel has done the one for Tarrant County, and it's not as big as this. And Tarrant County has got a lot more population than the city of Round Rock, total of 191,000 people. And you can probably fit, I don't know, 1% in this room, which is quite a few people. There's the little Round Rock star. Oh, look. Are those video cameras? Right there, right there. Are there any other cameras in here? I'm sure there are. They're not going to be visible to us. Because, you know, we don't want to do that. They want to be able to record us without us knowing. And here she comes.
He's in a meeting, so.
Okay.
Okay, here's my business card.
All right, thank you so much.
My name is Margie.
My name is Dennis.
Dennis, pleased to meet you, sir.
All right. Couple of things. I take it you've already pulled my thing. Of course. My problem with this, y'all sent me this in the mail. A 2-page thing with a threat of $2,000 a day fine if I don't remove it. The problem with this is, number one, I have done no advertising. I have no customers coming to my house. I go to them. That's the whole point. My business name was tagged onto there by one of my customers, not me, but I left it there because I saw no harm in it.
Right.
The city of Round Rock deems this an issue. My question is why?
Well, we have an ordinance.
I've already been through all the ordinance and I've seen it there. That's not my point. My point is, why is it an ordinance?
Why? That's a good question. I could give you the attorney's name. This ordinance was adopted. It's not about the name of your business.
No. It's
And you-
about tagging a business name to a residential property. That's the problem. The problem I had with it was, as far as I can see, I'm the only person in that neighborhood that got that threat. And I'm going to call it a threat. When you tell me that you're going to either fine me $2,000 a day, and if I don't pay it, you'll put a lien on my house, I call that a threat.
Okay.
So, that being said, there are 3 other businesses on my street alone.
Okay.
There are over 20 in my neighborhood.
Okay.
I'm the only one who got the threatening letter. I got a problem with that because that's considered harassment. It's also conspiracy to deprive me of rights. Because this is my property. It's not rented, it's not leased, it's mine. I own it.
Correct.
Now, on top of that, nobody else got this. This also has been on there for over 17 years, and nobody has said a word.
And it has nothing to do with the name of the business.
I never said it did. My point is, it's a
only-
business name tagged to a residential property. I
So-
understand the ordinance, and I don't really care about the ordinance at the moment. My question is, why was I the only person targeted for this?
We received a complaint.
Yes.
We're not proactive. We don't do this unless somebody complains. So based on the complaint, we went online. Did we find it? Yes, we did.
You went online, which means you saw other homes in that neighborhood with businesses and did not send them the letter.
No, because that's not the way, the only businesses that come up at this address are these.
I'm not talking about this address. I'm talking about the neighborhood.
I didn't search the neighborhood.
If you had gone to Google Maps and saw my house and saw it said ITHQ on it, whatever, if you zoomed out just a little bit, you'd have seen many other properties, including one literally across the street from me that also has a business name with an LLC tagged to it. They didn't receive a letter.
No, I can't say that I. sent-
Exactly. That's my point.
So we can address that.
I-
You brought it to our attention, we can address that. But here's the thing, it's not the business name we're going after. It's you, That is perfectly fine. You can have it out there. It's not that. The only thing that the ordinance is requiring, that it cannot be advertised with the address of the home.
It's just tagged to my home. That's
Well,
unless you
no,
understand how
when-
Google Maps works. When you tag something,
if you
it
go-
puts address on it.
Okay, if you go to this, it pops your address up.
Mm-hmm.
2205.
Correct, because that's where I received the mail for ITHQ. It's a business I started 2 decades ago.
And that's fine.
It's dwindled to nothing. Only reason it's there is because number one, a customer tagged it with it. Number two is that's where I received the mail for it because I don't want to pay for a P.O. box that's not even going to pay for itself.
Well, your LLC. And
I'm not an LLC, I'm a
well,
DBA.
DBA through the appraisal district. I'm sure you're in there because you have your homestead or your residential.
Yep.
And then it's got the P number, which is personal property.
Mm-hmm.
You can have that. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that the city is requiring, you can put, I don't know, whatever the name of your business is, Round Rock, Texas. As long as the address of that property is zoned residential.
Correct.
That's the only thing that they're looking at.
Okay, and again, like I said, there are over 20 houses in just that neighborhood.
Okay.
That's not including the entire city of Round Rock. That is just that neighborhood
Okay.
that are
And-
done with that. And I'm the only one who got the complaint. Now, they said it was done anonymously.
Right.
Which means chances are the person who did it or made the complaint was someone who's complaining because of the sign I have in my yard. I have a sign supporting Tiffany Harrison for Round Rock ISD. She's very unliked by most parents because she looks after kids, not what the parents want. She's not about banning books or whatever.
Okay.
People who support her have received used tampons in their mailbox, used maxi pads on their porches. I mean, their houses have been egged, they've been vandalized, and yet,
That goes to the Round Rock Police Department. Have
yes,
you-
which is just as useless. They are. I'm sorry. I have called the Round Rock Police about fireworks. Call the fire department. The fire department will only come out if there's an actual fire. And when there's fireworks going off and freaking out my dogs, I need the police to step in and say, hey, it's not allowed inside the city limits. I respect that. I follow that law and those rules. Yet others don't, and nothing is done about it. Round Rock Police, as far as I'm concerned, is not appropriate. Second of all, on that house, my house, I've had y'all show up 3 different times. Once because my daughter showed up in the middle of the night. She lives out of town. She's 35 years old. She showed up at my house in the middle, late in the evening, and parked in my yard so that she wouldn't block us in because we had to leave for work in the next morning. She was there less than 12 hours and got a ticket for $75 for parking in the yard. Number one, this is my house. I know it's a city ordinance against parking in the yard, and I think that's complete horse crap as well. Because down the street, a guy apparently he got yelled at about it, so he just paved over his entire front yard. And now he parks all over the place.
Okay.
Right from view of my house is Coach Roofing, which has signs up, has a truck with advertisement parked on it, and most of the time is parked illegally. And yet, code enforcement has yet to ever show up at his house.
Code enforcement doesn't do traffic. We don't do parking in the yards. We don't.
You do parking in the yards because that's where I got the ticket, was from code enforcement for parking in the yard. According to your website for code enforcement on a residential area, you can't park in the yard unless it has been improved to include a concrete slab or whatever.
That's under the police department.
And it wasn't the police that left us a ticket.
We
It was
don't
code
issue-
enforcement.
Yeah, but we don't issue tickets. We don't issue citations.
This one was from code enforcement, and it was for $75, and she paid it. My point is that why is it that then the next time I parked a car in the yard and it was literally there for half an hour before I was fixing to wash it, code enforcement stopped at my house and told me I need to get my car out of the yard or be fined.
Well, it wasn't us.
It was code enforcement. It was code enforcement that showed up. Now, he didn't write the ticket or anything. I moved the car.
But
my point is that he showed up, code enforcement. Code enforcement has also left me a letter on my door to complain about I had gotten mulch delivered from the city of Round Rock, delivered by the city of Round Rock, and then got a notice from code enforcement to remove all said mulch or be fined. Or they were going to remove it for me and bill me for that. How is that possible considering it came from the city and was delivered by the city there?
Yeah, I don't have my iPad, but why don't I get my iPad? Because the statements that you're making, we don't issue citations. I don't know where y'all paid $75 and who you paid it to.
It was a ticket put into a plastic bag like you would put, a newspaper
We've
in,
never,
and put underneath her windshield.
we've never issued citations in the city of Round Rock.
Okay.
I've been here 19 years and we don't issue citations.
I've been in this house for 23 years,
Okay.
and over the last 5, I've gotten more hassle out of code enforcement than I ever have from any place else I've ever lived.
Okay.
And I purposely bought this house in a non-HOA subdivision, but with this list of crap here, I might as well live in an HOA.
Well, listen, all I can do is I can work with you.
I've already removed the name off of the house, so now it just says home. It's all, the ITHQ is already gone.
No, I don't need for the name of the company.
It's gone anyway.
It's just the address.
Which is what's tagged. When you tag a house, it automatically tags the address.
Okay, so I've got these three.
Yep, those are all gone now.
Oh, they're all gone?
It's all gone.
Okay.
So
Well, then
I
you're in-
removed it because I can't afford $2,000 fines daily
But-
for bullshit.
Well, okay, there's no need for that. I'm really trying to help.
I know you are, and I'm sorry I'm upset, but
Yes, and
this
you-
really rubbed me the wrong way with a threat for that when no one else in my neighborhood got this.
Well, now that you've brought this to our attention, that there's over, how many, 25?
There's over 20 in my subdivision alone, in Chisholm Valley South.
Okay.
That's not including the rest of the city. That's just in Chisholm Valley
This
South.
is by complaint only.
Yes, and I want a FOIA. I'm FOIA requesting that complaint. I want to know who filed it.
Okay, well, I can't tell you who
No,
because
you can't.
everything is submitted anonymous.
Yeah.
However, you can submit a public,
Records request, yes.
Okay,
Of which
good.
y'all don't have paper copies here. I have to go back to the building that the website says you're in, but you haven't been for over a year. So you hadn't even updated your website to include that you've moved here. Your website says you're still on Baghdad, Suite 210, which is now Housing and Planning Development.
we have,
Y'all left there over a year ago.
right?
Yeah, but your
no, it's
webs-
updated.
No, your website says that because I just drove there. And I went into there, and I went to that suite, which was 210, and
Sorry.
yeah, off of this letter here. I'm talking about your website.
Okay.
When you go look up Round Rock Code Enforcement, it sends you to Baghdad with Suite 210.
Okay, so when you just Googled it, that's where it sends you. You didn't actually go to the city's website, right?
I
That's
went to the city's website, which is what it tells me is there.
That's new because that's where everybody gets directed. But open records request is.
Has to
down
be
here.
back over there, yes.
Where?
Uh,
No,
at the,
it's here
she just told me it was over there where I was just at.
at 301 West Baghdad for open records request. You submit them online.
Yeah, she says you have to submit it online. Y'all don't have
Right,
paper copies?
There it is. To Davida Edwards, 221 East Main.
So
Yeah,
that's here?
Yeah. Administration, that's upstairs.
Okay,
You do your open records request,
okay,
and whatever you're requesting, that's what they're gonna provide you with.
Okay.
It's a public request. We
Yeah.
don't know, it's anonymous. But you can request it and they can forward that to you.
because I don't,
Everything, there's a line, there's a website, on our website, you have public requests.
okay,
And but we are not proactive in this.
okay.
No,
Well, that,
we can't be. We have too many other things to do. We don't, but when a complaint does come in, we do have to follow up on it.
well, my
But
complaint is my
it's-
entire subdivision is full of homes that are tagged with a business name and shows their address.
Okay.
So to me, that is a problem, especially with me getting the abusive letter of threatening a $2,000
And I'll
fine.
take this because, again, it's on the Facebook, it's on Google.
It's only on Google. It's not on Facebook. The only place my business name is mentioned. Oh
It's-
no, there is a Facebook.
No, but I don't, again.
It has nothing to do with the name, I know.
We have nothing to do with the name. When they do this searches, they go by the address.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, because it's not on Facebook. I know Facebook. I do have a page for it, but it doesn't have an address.
There's the address on Facebook.
That's interesting because I never put that up there.
Okay.
My phone number was up there, but
So,
not the
yeah,
address.
And you can have your address, your phone number, your hours of business. The only thing is just to remove the physical address. I'm sorry.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm just wondering how much longer you.
Well,
I
we
don't
can,
mean to interrupt.
no, go ahead, please.
Okay. Well, we can set up and.
No, it's okay. Thank you. Let's, this is our mayor and he's got to get in here with the press, so let's step out here.
Oh, our mayor, wonderful guy.
Sorry about that.
How are you doing?
Good.
Good seeing you.
Thank you. So sorry about that. We just want to seal.
I'm the one that
Okay.
walked in
I'll be at
there.
the next city council meeting because there's changes to be made.
So, let's step out here.
But our illustrious mayor just gave me a smirk and walked
You have a
off.
good one. Bye-bye.
He just smirked at me and walked off. I'm not. This is the type of thing that would pisses us citizens off, is that y'all work for us. Y'all are public servants. You work for the people. You get paid for by people's taxes. And to get threatened like that,
Well,
and his smirk that he just gave me,
he greeted us.
no, he didn't say a word.
Okay.
And walked on when I told him there needs to be some changes made. He just smirked and turned around and walked off. Never said a word.
Okay.
So
Well,
there
I
was no
thought-
greeting.
He probably thought you were speaking to me. You were having a conversation.
Yes, but I looked directly at his eyes.
Okay.
But I don't need any of that. I've already got all of that. I've already looked it all up. I will go fix the Facebook one when I get home.
Okay.
Like I said, but now I need to go to the administration because I want to FOIA request that complaint.
You can do it online.
I don't want to do it I want to do it in person.
And I don't know if I don't know. You may want to call and ask for the city clerk. But anyway, I've gone to the Google. Like I said, when I went on here, all we did was put in
The address.
2205, and this is what's come up.
And my
This one,
my
this,
question is with the city is, what harm is there?
Well,
Who's
this
the
is-
victim of that? Because if you're going to set an ordinance, there's got to have been a victim in the past where this has
Well, we have
occurred.
what they call home occupations. This property of yours is zone residential. You do not pay commercial
No.
property taxes.
No, but I
You-
pay a
you-
shitload in taxes.
Okay.
My taxes have gone up since I bought the house. I paid $79.9 for it. That's what I bought the house for originally. It's now, according to Williamson County, $363,000. If I could sell it for $300,000, I would take it and run. I can't. It's got a cracked foundation. It's got structural issues. It's got electrical issues. It's got plumbing issues. But our Williamson County doesn't care about that. They care about the revenue they can pull in from the taxes that they're claiming my house is worth. I have problems with that because that's my money that I'm paying y'all to threaten me with to collect more money.
This is not a threat.
Telling me that if I don't change it or remove it, you're going to charge me $2,000 a
But
day.
This is why I'm here.
All right?
This is why I've met with you. This is not a threat. This is, at first, it was a possible violation.
Mm-hmm.
But you've come in because you want to rectify this.
Correct.
Because you know it's a violation.
I don't know it's a violation,
Well,
but
this is our
well,
ordinance.
according to the city ordinance, like I said, I'll be at the next meeting because I will be fighting this because this is crap. You can't tell me that I can't put my business name
It's
with that
not your-
with that
but-
address
no,
on
it's
there
not.
because I collect revenue from my old clients that still owe me money. They have to have a place to send it. So I can either do that or I can spend my own money to open a P.O. box to try and collect
No,
money with.
You can have your
Business
Oh.
name on it, yes,
You-
but I can't have my address attached to
Right,
the business name.
because you're going to invoice people. You can use your address, whichever address you want for people to mail you their checks. What you can't have is the address because it's zoned residential. It is not zoned commercial. You, as long as your business is inside, you can have 12 trips of persons coming to your home to drop off their equipment, pick it up. That's in the ordinance.
Correct.
You can do all of that. The only thing it is, it tells you, you cannot advertise
And
through pamphlets, signs, billboards, television, radio, the internet, the
which is
phone
stupid.
book.
Because I mean, I can find out where you live because it's public record because you're a public employee. And then I can go and tag your house as it's some business that you sell Etsy stuff. I can do it on Google and you can't stop me. And that means that you would then be in violation, even though you had nothing to do with it. I
Right.
can do it. And then there's nothing you can do.
I'm certain you can. I don't know
I just
anything
did it
about
while I
that.
was at home.
Oh.
I tagged my uncle's house
Okay.
out in Toe, Texas. I went and tagged his house as a business just to see if I could, because I don't live there. I've been there 3 times. We don't get along. But I tagged his house as a business for selling chickens.
Okay.
And it went on.
Right. Well, it probably does. And I'm sorry that all these people, your Facebook account, your Google account, what else is this? Whatever other accounts are on here, that somebody's tagged.
I'm not-
Your
the Google one-
phone numbers, your address, your hours of
The
operation.
Google one the address was probably added by me or when they tagged the house. I don't know. The Facebook one, that one's all me. I take full responsibility for that
And
one.
whatever this is, Cycle,
I don't know what Cycle is.
they've got your address, your phone number.
Who is Cycle?
I don't know, but those are your opening hours, everything on here.
I don't know who Cycle is. I've never done any business with them.
Right.
So I'm not going to change that one because I have nothing to do with that.
Okay. That's,
I didn't make it. I can't remove it because I don't even know who Cycle is.
well, this is the website.
Oh, no. It's
CLC, yeah, whoever that is.
I
It could
have-
be your vendor.
Nope.
It could be somebody that you get parts from. I
Nope.
don't know.
Neither.
How, okay, well,
I have no idea who this is because I don't use a
That is the name of your
vendor.
company though, right? Computer Network,
ITHQ, which just stands for Information Technology Headquarters, Complete Network Solutions. Yes, that is my business name, my DBA. But I have no idea who this is. I didn't create that, which means I would have no rights to remove that, even though I'm the owner of the house that it's listed at. I can request they do it,
Okay.
but they don't have to. And if they don't, y'all can't find me for that because I have no control over that.
Well, then we'll leave it at that. If you think that's the way it works. Again,
I know that's the way it works.
I'm not an IT person.
I am. I have been for like 30
Right,
years.
Right. Well, I mean, why would you allow someone?
I didn't even know this even existed.
Right.
Because I don't know who that company is.
Right. But I would definitely call them.
Oh, I will
you're-
reach out and ask them where they got their information.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you can't penalize me for something that someone else did and I had no clue about doing. That's just wrong. And if that was to happen, I will take the city of Round Rock to court. I will federally sue you for doing this because I have no control over what someone else does. Whether they put my name, my hours, my birth date, my wife's name, whatever. I have no control over that. And I'm not going to be penalized for something I have no control over. The Facebook one, like I said, my responsibility. I'll take that down today. That'll be gone. The Google
But you
one,
said-
I already fixed.
You already took care of
Yep,
this.
the Google one, if you go to 2205 Wagon Gap now, you will see it says home. That's it. And it says 2 contacts, which would be me and my wife. That's it. That's all it's on Google now because I've removed it when I was at work. I got home, I checked it just to make sure it was gone. And I didn't even realize my address was on the Facebook one, but that's fine. I'll take the whole page down. I don't care. The business doesn't exist anymore. Only thing I am doing is trying to collect revenue from clients that have owed me money for years. Like Popeye's Chicken owes me like $1,800. Yet, that's the only way I can get in contact with them, is to point them to a website to say, here's the address you can send the check. But if y'all are not even going to allow me to collect because I can't put an address on a website that shows my house unless I go buy a P.O. box, which if they never pay me, I'm paying for a P.O. box for nothing. I mean, you see where I'm stuck at?
Again, when this, I don't see this going to court. Because I think that you are going to remove all of this. It's not the name of the business.
We've
That's
already
all.
been through that. We
Right.
know.
Exactly.
It's the
And that's the
address.
only thing we ask. That's it. That's, the ordinance was adopted.
Yeah.
You as a citizen, if you think this ordinance is incorrect.
Yes, I
for
do.
home occupations, then of course you can contact. Ordinances are adopted by the citizens.
No, it's
through the
adopted by the
citizens-
city council.
City council, yes, but it's people telling our city council what
Yeah,
they would
if no one
like to-
fought it, then that's why it passed. That's my point.
Right.
Citizens didn't vote to pass this. This was passed by a city council
Correct.
that may not even ask for input from the people there, or the people there didn't care.
Oh, they did.
Oh, did they? And what happened?
Citizens do care.
I'm not saying
Citizens
citizens don't care in general. I'm saying citizens didn't care about that ordinance.
don't- okay. I'm not an attorney.
No, I know, and I don't think I'm not going to try and push you in any kind of legal corner.
Right, right.
My point is that that ordinance is unjustified. Number one. Number two is telling me I can't park in my own yard is stupid.
And I'm gonna go up, when I go back up, and I'll give you a call, because we've never enforced, we've never cited anyone. So something went wrong.
Yes.
Something.
Because she had to
I-
come to City Hall to pay that fine.
Yeah, you don't even pay fines here. I
That's
know.
where my daughter went. Oh, no,
Yeah.
I think she mailed it in actually. But this was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, so I doubt she even remembers.
We don't issue citations.
And I'll take your word on that.
Yeah.
I mean, but
So I'm wondering, who would have done such a thing?
well, I mean,
That
the
doesn't
ordinance is
even-
ridiculous. You can't
Park
park in
in
my
the
yard.
yard?
I mean, if it was up on blocks or it was out of inspection or out of registration, I could kind of see that because it's technically not a vehicle fit for the road. If all of that is met, who does it hurt to put a car in my yard, whether it's overnight or for a couple of days? Who does that hurt? Nobody. There is no victim there, so there's no reason to do it.
Again, these ordinances were adopted.
No, I
And
know.
they are enforced.
Yeah, and they.
And you mentioned your neighbor with the driveway. Yes, you can extend your driveway.
Yeah, it covered his entire front yard. So it's okay to cover my entire front yard with concrete and then I can park there. But if there's no concrete there, I can't park there. You realize how ridiculous that sounds?
It's environmental. Think about it.
Yes, the concrete, placing that there is an environmental hazard. Yeah.
Okay. But again, we're not here for that. I have the police department.
Yeah, that's a totally different story, Well, and we're not going to even talk about that anymore. My point is that this is not cool, and it's not right. And like I said, I'll be at the next city council meeting to start fighting it, because you can't tell people what to do with their property unless it harms others. If it harms others by debris or noise or anything along that lines, yes, definitely, you should do something about it. But again, the city didn't do anything about the fireworks that were going off. We had fireworks again last night. There's no holiday now. And yet I got listening to fireworks. Call the police, non-emergency number, of course. And they tell us, yeah, call the fire department. The fire department can't find them. The fire department can show up if there's a fire, but they're not even going to respond if there's no fire. Number one. Number two is they can't find them, which is to teach people a lesson to not break the law. So what's the point?
I would take it up with the sergeant for the sector
Okay.
and let them explain that to you. I don't have the.
No, well, I know you're not a policeman, so you really can't, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. But you see where I'm coming from on this. I'm sure you're a homeowner somewhere in Round Rock or a near area nearby. You have the same issues. I'm sure that you can't park in your yard. You can't when you have fireworks going off in your neighborhood.
Well, all I can tell you is contact the police department and ask them advice as to how can they
Rectify this situation?
rectify the situation with the fireworks, or call the fire marshal. The fire
That's who they
marshal,
tell us to call, is actually the fire marshal, not the fire department.
and they're on 24/7.
Yeah, and like I said, they won't show up 90% of the time.
Okay, voice that to them
Okay.
because they want to know.
Okay. That's what I'll do. But I'll go take care of the Facebook one right now. The Selix or whatever that is, I have no idea who they are.
I can give you all of these, and that way you can have it in the
Yeah, if you don't mind enough, because I'll try and get them to remove my information, because I never gave them permission to use it.
No, and I want to work with you on this. This is not about the $2,000 fine. It's
To me,
not
it is about the $200,000 or $2,000 fine. That's money I don't have.
But this is why you came in, to
Yeah.
work this out.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Ordinances I can't change.
No, yeah, and I don't expect you to be able to. That's something the city council has to change. And that's why I was letting you know. I'll show up to the next meeting that has to do with this, because this apparently is something that, like, Tarrant County likes to do, is just slip it right underneath where nobody can tell. And as you notice, if you don't know, 2 city council members from Tarrant County went to prison for doing shady stuff and passing ordinances and acquiring money by raising taxes to pay for, like, license plate readers for police cars after the city council said no. So yeah, that's why people like me record these sessions, is because we want to make sure that we get the full story. I don't edit my videos. They are 100% raw video, so that way there's no, you took out this part to make her look bad or him look bad. I don't do any of that. I want it to be complete. And if it looks like I'm the one being the ass and you're the one being the good person, then so be it. I have no problem accepting that. My problem is that I don't want shady stuff going on in the city that I'm paying taxes for by people that are collecting off of my tax money that I'm paying them. And ordinances like that is just stupid because it hurts no one. It's my property. I got to pay for the grass that I'm damaging by parking a car there. Well,
Okay.
dirt, whatever.
But take a look at that.
I will. I'm going to
Let me
go
know.
find out about the
You got
Selix.
my card.
Okay.
You can go through the administration, open public records.
Okay.
Request the form or whatever, however this came in. They'll be more than happy to provide you.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you so much. I do appreciate your time.
Anytime.
You have yourself a great day.
You too.
I don't remember how that got in here. She took me out a different door. Well, people, you saw it here first. I got blown off. And because my house is zoned residential, I can't have a commercial property listed at that address. What kind of fucking horseshit is that?